Yeah, it's 2019. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling pumped. There's a lot of things in Marvel Contest of Champions I want to achieve this year. There's a lot of things with my channel, as well as just general and personal things. And I'm sure you guys are exactly the same. You're like, I want to smash it in 2019. And a lot of people are really positive about it. Started off with a great day in the UK. We had a lot of sun, a lot of blue skies, which, in my opinion, is a positive reflection of how this year should be. And I'm going to endeavor to do that, and hopefully you are too. But this video is not about positivity. But you have to be positive. This is about a rank up, which I'm really darn happy about. If I'm honest, I'm being pretty slack with my rank ups, and I haven't really kind of felt strongly about taking certain things up to rank 5, and especially contenders for defensive purposes. Maybe that should have been a focus, but that's the thing, isn't it? Between what you want to achieve in game from an offensive standpoint, as well as a grinding standpoint, and at the same time how you want to benefit your alliance with defenders. There's a very difficult juggling act there. Let me be frank. No, not this kind of frank. Frankly about this champion. I love this champion, and a lot of people within the community absolutely adore this champion for so many different reasons. I've got so much work to do in Labyrinth of Legends, but I had to make a decision when I wanted to do it. And the downtime that starts off as of tomorrow with Alliance Wars Season 6 between Season 7, that little break of a week, is the most opportune time. I'm going to push a load of content out so that then it can cover me, and at the same time either live stream or make the videos that kind of associate that, guides as well. But to really kind of smash that event through Labyrinth of Legends, yeah, it's got to be done when it's at the quietest point. And now that I utilize a lot of the champions that I need in Alliance Wars, like from an offensive point of view, I now need to smash them into doing this type of event. It was an important decision in my mind to not rush through content and wait until I had the right champions together to do Labyrinth of Legends without costing me too much in shape and form of units, costing my time quite so much, and just making the whole process more easier for myself. But now I feel with Blade and Stark Spidey at 565, these are the strongest two champions I could possess in order to make the situation and the grind so much more easier. And my first attempt at kind of going through Red Hulk was a successful one, as we're going to see in the footage. It was just much more of a breeze. There were a couple of mistakes that I made which did cost me a bit, but it's largely learning lessons with how light evades work against kind of like heavier evades. And I was a bit annoyed that there was kind of this kind of light attack by Red Hulk, which I then evaded and then went into a second evade quite quickly, which did mean that the AI was able to read me in that one and was able to smash me with a dash attack. That was a little bit of a schoolboy error from me, but you know, I'm happy to end that battle with not losing the champion and not costing me a 40% revive. One of the main decisions to hit up so many signature stones on Stark Spidey was that I just want to see improvement with the critical rating as well as the block proficiency from either being above the threshold of 50% or below the threshold of 50%. When it comes to the situation of using a level 2 revive, chances are you're going to be putting yourself up to 40%, and then it's the case, yeah, you can add a health potion on to put yourself above, but you're going to be finding that you're going to be dipping into the below quite quickly, especially if you've got any kind of like block damage or you're hitting up parries, which I don't always recommend. That's why this champion is so good for that, because the name of the game is evading, and it's something that I've had to learn about the way that I grind out and play this game. Is evades are key and timing is key as well. And it's great that the champion has some inbuilt evade ability. It's not as significant as the standard Spider-Man, the science type, but still it's good enough, and it improves a little bit when you get below 50%. So the offensive abilities to be quite defensive and have that block proficiency are amazing, but if you want to output a huge amount of damage, it's all about being above the threshold of 50% to really hit up a real chunk of critical rating increase as well as critical damage as well. And having these two key champions, Blade as well as Stark Spidey, up to a high level also benefits from the synergies. So Spider-Man Stark in hand starts the battle with 3 poise attacks, which is fundamentally brilliant to start off with, especially considering the fact that building up those poise attacks, because personally, and I think a lot of other players do, they build up to 10, so you can hit out a huge amount of critical damage. I love hitting off an L2 and just seeing you do like intense, but like tens of thousands of damage, as well as hitting on like stun, shock. You know, the shock in general is what you really want from the L2, and stun very, you know, happens off the L1, but it's all about that shock, really, to be honest. The shock off the L2 is piece de resistance. But in any case, you know why this champion is so fantastic. From a signature ability with great power and great responsibility, with the use of smack talk, as well the heavy attack, you know, taking down all that power in one big chunk. So, as you know, great champion, and I leave you a footage of me smacking down that Red Hulk. Have a great day, and I'll catch you in the next one.
Woke up, told myself to push and never stop. I've been stressed out, watching both these hands around the clock. With my eyes wide, trying to get the panorama shot. Whole world getting blurry to me, answers getting lost. So I watch my back and keep it moving to the front. And remember that the world's yours, do it how you want. You've been waiting here for too long, think it's time for you to move on. Realize that there's real lies in these real times to be strong.
I've been waiting all my life, and it was right before my eyes. Watching all this time slip by, now I realize. You know I've been waiting, 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 waiting. But will you wait for me?
I'm forever grinding, waiting for my time to shine just like a diamond. But life is rough and I ain't with that funny stuff. I use it all as motivation, but it's hard to have the patience. Watching time fly by might be the hardest thing I have to do in life. Frustrated that I ain't where I want to be yet, but I know that I'ma make it if I chase that check. Yes.
Cause I done seen the time go by for too many years now when the stars were aligned. Cause I done seen the time go by. Yeah, I done seen the time go by.
I've been waiting all my life, and it was right before my eyes. Watching all this time slip by, now